can see the hate, I can see the lies. See it in your face, read it out your eyes. Why they watching me? They got their eyes on me. Why they watching me? They got their eyes on me. They want it, wanna get it. They losing while I'm winning. These the rules of the game you playing. In your eyes I can see you hating. Why they watching me? They got their
each other, you know. At the end of the day, like, we're humans, you know, there's certain needs that can be met by the opposite sex, I guess, you know. So I think, you know, the basics, like, we all need, I guess, guys, you know, and guys need girls, you know. But to be honest with you, like, I think nowadays it's a bit of a controversial topic. So I think if you're fulfilled by a person of the same sex as you, then that's fine. I think we all need someone in an intimate way, if that makes sense.
I don't think a woman needs a man, but I think at times a man does need a woman for like the little minor touches.
No, I don't think so. I personally have been single for like, oh God, I've lost count. I can't remember. I literally have been single since I was like 23. I'm turning 28 this year, so it's like 5 years. Genuinely, I think it is still like for people to say, oh yeah, you need a man or a woman, or a woman needs a woman or a man needs a man. However you swing, I don't mind. Genuinely, I have felt a lot happier by myself than actually with someone else to complete me. Like, I hate the whole idea and concept of people still saying, oh, you need someone else to complete you. And I just genuinely don't like that at all, because it's your own, like, happiness comes from inside you. You can't, do you know what I mean? You have to make your own happiness. Yeah, I get it, you know. It's nice to be with someone, it's nice to experience all those things. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that, it's like blah and blah, but I would genuinely say, for me, I don't really need someone to make me happy. I quite like being by myself at the moment. I enjoy it.
No, not at all. I've been single for like 3 years now. I'm very happy. I'm more happier now than I was in that relationship, so don't need one.
Definitely a partner, like, yeah, definitely, like, because no man's an island, and I think you support each other through life. You need someone by your side to have fun, enjoy things. There's no point going on a mad experience and then you're like just all by yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, the first thing I do if I hear something funny or done something, the first thing I do is I'll text my partner, my girlfriend, and say, oh my God, this has happened. It's nice to share those things. I think life should be shared with like them people.
Both need both.
Every man needs a woman, and every female, she needs a man. I do believe that, because although we can do most of the things, but you guys kind of complete each other when you're together. There are certain things which you actually, it's nicer to have a partner, you know, an opinion of female or male. I do believe yes. The answer is yes, sorry, cut the story short.
Not if you're going to define it that, yeah. But for some things, yes and no, but to just be happy and to, like, be successful, no.
Okay. I don't think so, because you've got gay people, so.
A man needs a woman, but a woman doesn't need a man. We're independent. You know that song, Miss Independent? Yeah, that's about us.
No. I think that when people are together, it's because they should want to be, not because they feel like they need to be.
Come back, Liam.
Yo, bro.
Yeah. So episode number 10. How are you feeling today?
I'm pretty good today. I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm okay, man. Ready to do this podcast.
Good.
And enjoy today. So our question today is, do you think a woman needs a man and a man needs a woman? What's your thoughts on that?
You know what? When we were asking the question, I kind of thought that you do. And then thinking about it myself and having a bit more time, I don't think you do. I think if you're needing someone, whether that's you being a guy and you needing a woman or whatever, if you're in the position to need someone, I don't think that's right. What's your thoughts on that?
That has been coming taught really big lately. A lot of people have been saying that. I don't need someone. I don't need someone. Or if I need someone, it's because I don't really like myself. I don't really believe in that, because I believe there's a lot of people that actually like themselves, but they want a family. They want to be with someone. And a lot of the posts that you see, independent, single, all by myself, dating myself, I don't know, I see kind of a reverse psychology there.
I get where you're coming from. I think it becomes too powerful, where you're then opposing that there's another person there, because you're like, no, I only need myself. I don't mean in that aspect. I just see it as, like I'm single right now, and I don't feel like I particularly need someone to be happy. And I feel like if I then needed someone to make me happy, then am I truly happy?
No. I there's, for example, this is one of the things that it can have several things right or wrong, and you can think about it in a way, and other people can think about it in another way. But my thing is, lately this has been coming a lot, and I think people are just trying even to convince themselves that they don't need someone. I think a lot of people that are independent, and they don't even want to be with other person, or maybe they haven't found someone that they actually want to be with, and that's absolutely fine. I don't think you need to judge anyone that wants to be by themselves, or either for a phase or never wants to be with someone. It's their own decision. But I don't know, when I see a lot of people posting that constantly every day, I think there's a void there.
Yeah.
I think there's a big void there, and I think you're just playing yourself.
Do you think age comes into it?
Oh, 100%.
You do?
100%. I'm not the person I was when I was young, and I'm changing a lot. I think every situation that you go through teaches you something different. And I truly believe that age has an impact into it. You make more mature decisions after a while. And you start thinking about certain things different due to your experience and things that happen in your life as well.
Yeah, I think when you ask this question, a lot of people look at it and think as if I need someone to be a result in my happiness. And I think that's not always the way to look at it. When we first sort of thought of that question, that was the way I was looking at it. But sort of having my own time to think about it, I don't think it is like needing someone. It's like from the opposite sex. Like, it's just because, you're not particularly... You are happy, doesn't mean that you don't need someone. It's still nice to have the opposite sex, like a girlfriend or a wife or whatever it may be. It's still nice to have that in your life, because it does kind of make you complete. But I just feel like it's something I don't need now anyway. That's the sort of way I took that question from the beginning.
Yeah, for example, look, I'm someone that for me to make my own opinion, this topic came through. We start talking about this topic, and then we ask people what they think, and I start meditating on this, because I just don't want to I saw something on Facebook and make my own opinion on it, or people share stuff about how they are happy independently, and then they don't need someone, and if you need someone to be happy, you don't love yourself. And there's a lot of ways to go through that, and it is true. But imagine if someone is really happy with themselves, but they still want a family. It doesn't mean that they have a gap or they don't like themselves. They just want a connection.
I think it's the way you go about sharing it as well. Yeah. When people are adamantly posting, I don't need anyone. To me, that's you probably do, and you're just trying to tell yourself you don't. So really what they're saying is they actually need to take their own advice and be like, I don't need anyone because I'm happy. Really, they actually need to get a bit more happiness from themselves, because they wouldn't be needing to post stuff like that.
And it is that. And thinking about the situation, for example, and thinking about this topic, it made me realize that I do have more questions than answers. I don't have a completely formulated opinion about this yet. But one thing that I see, and I try to think on my perspective and other people's perspectives, is that I think a connection is important. Feeling connected to someone is important, and having the most, for example, if you are someone that, I'm not happy, I'm doing this for me or my career and this, but then again, these things come and go. They don't stay. They are not kind of real. You're buying a new car, you're getting all of these jewels or that. This is very good, but you still don't have that connection. I think there's a void still there. I might be a bit old-fashioned and thinking that people do need a connection, but no, I truly believe that people do need a connection. I don't... like you said, look, you see on Instagram, I see all of these girls, for example, posting stuff, Miss Independent, Big Boss, that. And then one of the days, especially on the Sunday, when they already partied and they are hungover and they have nowhere to go, they post something about couple goals.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, you need to kind of decide who you are.
I see that a lot, man. That is exactly one of the reasons why I stay away from my social media, because so many people contradict themselves, and it winds me up. So I have to stay away from it.
Yeah. Not saying, for example, that someone that is independent cannot have a connection or can be with someone. They can, but you are advocating so much that you don't need anyone. It's only dating yourself, and then you post that. It just you contradict yourself and shows that you have a kind of a void in your life.
Yeah, I suppose the way you got to see it as well is you can be independent as much as you want. You could have the career that you want, the money that you have, the nice things that you have. But then it gets to a point where, what's the point in having that all on your own?
Yeah.
You surely, because I know I would rather spend $1,000 on a holiday with my girlfriend or wife, whatever it may be, than spend $1,000 on designer clothes.
Yeah.
I'd rather that. I'd rather the memories over something materialistic any day.
Yeah. Oh, I completely agree with you there. And for example, I remember hearing one time, Will Smith, but we're not gonna go there because whatever happened to him, it's hard to. It's not the ideal. We thought it was ideal relationship, and they have their issues.
That scares me when you see that stuff and you see someone who has like such a massive career and he's quite independent himself. He has a family, he has a job he loves, he has the money, he has all that stuff, and then obviously you find out that his wife cheats on him. That shit scares me, bro. Just listening to stories like that, it baffles me.
Again, I agree with you. What can you do? And it just shows that. Well, did you see what they talked about or?
No.
Okay, because when I saw that coming out, like, for example, Will Smith for me is a really knowledgeable guy and someone that I always admired through his career. He won music, acting, amazing actor, does comedies, everything. So versatile. And also motivation as well. And his relationship with his wife is something that I always kind of admire. It's like, wow, you guys been together for so long. And then that thing comes out from the guy that she was with. And then it puts you, well, it just shows that they can relate to any couple that goes through some stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember him saying something about, going back to the topic that we were talking, when he says, when I buy these good things, it's for me to enjoy with someone that I love. Because what's the point of owning a car, a really good car, if I'm going to drive by myself and I cannot have someone that I love on my side? And this is what you can relate to and say, yeah, you still need that connection.
I see a quote, I'm pretty sure it's from him, when he said something about my happiness and her happiness are separate. We both need to be happy so that when we come together, we're happy together, and it doesn't work if one isn't happy and one is. I see that quote, and then when you sort of, he is a very knowledgeable guy, and that sort of that sort of stuff. And then the quote that you said, and I listen to quite a lot of his motivational stuff as well because I quite like him and I admire him as well. And then you see what has just happened. There's no words. It generally scares me a little bit when you see that stuff and you think someone like him and that can happen to. And then it's like, what about the average people? What about the people that ain't millionaires, that ain't a celebrity? Do you know what I mean? It's mad. It's mad.
It is, man. It just shows that it can happen to anyone. It's like, it's crazy. Like, so, what was she looking for?
Yeah, exactly.
It was sure not making her happy, that's for sure.
So, back to the original thing.
Yeah.
To sum it up, what would you say? Would you say a man needs a woman and a woman needs a man?
I think a good woman can make a better man. I think a good woman can give a man a stable life. And a good man can bring even a lot of good things in a woman. But then again, you see as well gay couples that are happy. Lesbians and men and gay guys. They are also happy. I believe more in energy, masculine energy than feminine energy, because there's, even if you look in certain couples, there's always a bit of a difference. They are not, they act, their mannerisms, the way they think, they're always a bit different. They're not completely similar, and they are happy. So that's why me thinking about this subject, I think it is important to have a connection. Nowadays, in this society, it doesn't need to be a woman and a man.
Yeah.
But I think connection is essential. It gives you, it fulfills your life. But then again, there's a lot of people that don't want a family, and they don't need anyone. So I think there's a need for someone in your life, 100%. And I can relate to that. And I can tell you a situation, for example, if you see a lot of divorced women, that they are divorced, they still seek for a connection, even if it is with their other friends. They take holidays together, they do stuff. You're always seeking connection, you're always trying to replace something for another thing. If you don't have a man in your life, you're trying to replace connections with your friends, and then you leave your friends for some other person. And so I truly believe that connection is essential for a person being healthy.
Yeah, I think it also, the biggest thing is the right person.
Oh, yeah.
I think you can't just because you're single, you can't go looking for something that isn't right for you. If it is right for you, then I definitely agree with you on that side of things. But I think it comes down to where you are in your life as well. Like right now, I'm in no rush. I'm happy just sort of doing as I please and sort of being independent. Like right now, I'm not looking at that sort of stuff. But I know in like 10 years' time, if I am still single, then I'm going to sort of look at it and be like, I kind of want and need this now to become that little bit happier, to have that family, to have, do you know what I mean, them sort of things. But yeah, I think I've covered most of my points.
Yeah, but where you're going and what you're saying, I think it is essential. You need that time for yourself as well. How can you get involved with someone and not know yourself, don't know what you really want from life? You don't know which partner you really want. And when you don't know which partner you really want, you can make rash decisions and decisions that's going to be wrong for you in your life. Because like you said, it needs to be the right person. The wrong person can distract you for so many goals in your life.
Massively.
It can take you to places where, even mentally, take you to places that you never imagined you would be. So a stable person and the right person for you, it should be something that you should find. But first of all, you need to know yourself, what you really want and who you are. How can you try to get to know someone if you don't even know yourself? You don't know what you bring into the table even.
Yeah.
So why would you let someone be the first priority in your life? And yeah, that's what I agree with.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So yeah, this is our episode for today. Really short.
That's what, 15 minutes, 17 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah. And that's it, man.
Sweet, bro.
Are they watching? I see them. They hate cause it just can't be here